Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and it's Friday, February 2nd. You're watching Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. A 38-year-old British man has been arrested in Chiang Mai, wanted for indecent acts with students here in Phuket, where he worked at an international school on the island. Immigration officials announced the arrest during their weekly press conference in Bangkok on Thursday. The 38-year-old British man was identified only as Mr. Tyler, who worked at an international school in Phuket in 2014 and 2015, according to authorities. While working as a teacher on the island, police say that Tyler committed indecent acts on a 16-year-old foreign female student from the school at a house in Chalong twice in December 2014 and again in April 2015, according to authorities. When the girl's parents and the school learned about the incident, the school investigated and terminated Tyler's teaching contract. At the press conference, it was explained that, as for the report of the legal action, the girl's parents requested that their daughter finish her studies in Thailand first. After their daughter graduated, the parents then reported the matter to the Chalong police so that he could be prosecuted. Investigators collected various evidence and requested the Phuket Provincial Court to issue a warrant for Tyler, which they did on January 12th of this year. Tyler was found to be living in Chiang Mai province, and he was arrested earlier this week and brought to Chalong police station in Phuket, where he was charged over the incidents. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Charges of extortion and conspiracy to abduct are now being laid against 5 Russian nationals whom police say kidnapped a Belarusian couple in Phuket town on Wednesday night and released them after transferring 30 million baht in cryptocurrency, or just over $801,000 US. A 23-year-old Belarusian national and his wife were abducted in Phuket town on Wednesday evening, according to police, as a group of men forced them into the back of a minivan just north of Suan Luang Park. According to the most recent report by Phuket police, some eyewitnesses followed the minivan from the crime scene before the vehicle got lost in the area of Nakam Market. The eyewitnesses then contacted the 191 emergency hotline operated by the Royal Thai Police. The kidnappers forced the victims to transfer to them an equivalent of $801,200 US in an unspecified cryptocurrency, or just over 30 million Thai baht. The Belarusian man and his wife were then released unharmed not far from the abduction scene. Police soon got involved and identified the rental house where the kidnappers took the victim, about 2 kilometers away from the site of the abduction. Police say that they tracked down a vehicle of one of the kidnappers and found rolls of duct tape, box cutters, and rope. On Thursday, police tracked the men down and arrested all 5. And just today, authorities confirmed that the 5 Russian men were charged with conspiring to abduct a person or people and extort money. The case was reported to Bangkok as the first serious, shocking incident of 2024, as indicated by its official number 1/2567. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. People keep feeding the monkeys at Monkey Hill, despite officials posting signs not to do that. And it's been causing more and more issues for the locals in the area. Well, now officials this week began to clear the area of illegal vendors selling food for tourists to give the monkeys on the hill, and more. They're also warning people to stop feeding the monkeys at the hill. Khao Tose, locally known as Monkey Hill, is located in Phuket town just before Koh Sireh and is a well-known spot for locals and tourists to visit the large troop of macaque monkeys living on the hill. However, despite repeated campaigns by local officials for years urging people to not feed the monkeys for their own safety, and numerous signs posted along the road up the hill for people to not feed the monkeys, the practice continues. It's caused a bunch of issues for locals and tourists, as more incidents have been reported of monkeys attacking and biting people on Monkey Hill. Phuket Vice Governor Adul Chutong launched the latest campaign at 10 a.m. today, with the installation of a checkpoint on the road leading up to the hill, which for now is set to be there for just a month. Bags will be checked, and the bringing of food, including bananas and various fruits, is now prohibited. The precautionary step aims to mitigate the risk of monkeys stealing food from visitors and potentially leading to macaque bites. However, officials will still make sure that the over 800 monkeys on Khao Tose are fed, with designated feeding points and times to be arranged, with volunteers allowed to provide nourishment under controlled conditions. People wanting to contribute food for the monkeys are encouraged to contact officials at the checkpoint, who will collect and distribute the donations through volunteers. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
you just before you break a bone.
Just days after a 14-year-old student in Bangkok was detained for stabbing dead another student at school. Now, authorities in Trang, south of Phuket, have a 14-year-old schoolboy in custody for stabbing two other students during a brawl near their school on Thursday afternoon. Police say that the suspect, a 14-year-old grade 8 student, was part of a brawl involving two groups of rival students from the same school. The two groups confronted each other about 100 meters away from the school's entrance gate at about 4:30 p.m. on Thursday. Police say that during the brawl, the 14-year-old suspect stabbed his two victims of the same age and grade, both in the chest, before then fleeing with his friends on motorcycles. The two victims were rushed to a local hospital before being transferred to Trang Hospital for further treatment, according to police. Authorities tracked down and arrested the attacker at a house in the same district and seized the bloodstained knife after it was dumped in a ditch at an oil palm plantation nearby. A psychologist, a prosecutor, and concerned officials are now joining the investigation, as the attacker is still being questioned over the incident. This knife attack in Trang in Southern Thailand comes just a few days after violence involving schoolboys in Bangkok of the same age. The attacker in that incident faces a murder charge after a fellow student was stabbed in the neck and abdomen with a fruit knife during morning assembly in Bangkok on Monday. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Doctors at Vashida Phuket Hospital are now calling for donations of type O blood, and anyone on the island can donate at the blood bank in Phuket town, as medical experts warn that the blood bank is out of stock of the common blood type. The Red Cross notes that type O is routinely in short supply and in high demand by hospitals, both because it is the most common blood type and because type O negative blood is the universal blood type needed for emergency transfusions. People with type O blood are urged to visit the blood bank at Vashida Phuket Hospital to make a donation, where the blood donation center is open from 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Donations can also be made at the Phuket Regional Blood Center operated by the Thai Red Cross Society. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thanks so much for joining us here on Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. We'll be back on Monday, so check us out then. We'll leave you with some images from the Phuket Jewelry Fair, their fashion show that they had over at Central Phuket Floresta. The Phuket Jewelry Fair is going to be taking place all weekend long until February 4th at Central Phuket Floresta, the second floor mini convention hall. We'll see you again on Monday. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to $20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.